Good morning, children. Sairam. Children, today in history, we will begin with a new lesson. Lesson number 9, Heritage Management, Part 1. Now, children, there are various heritage sites in our country, and it's everyone's responsibility to conserve and preserve these heritage sites for the future generations. So, children, in this lesson, we will be covering the following topics, that is, sources of history, their conservation and preservation, some famous museums, libraries and archives, and encyclopedias. Now, children, the sources of history. We know there are various sources of history like oral sources, written sources, material sources. Now, children, all these sources of history and history books, whichever are available to us today, they are the results of diligent work of several historians. That is a careful and detailed work of several historians. Because of their work, we are getting these sources of history and the history books. These are available to us today because of the careful study of several historians. So, children, institutes like library, museums, and archives, they conserve and preserve this precious historical heritage, that is for the future generation. So, children, institutes like libraries, museums, and archives, they preserve and conserve this historical heritage. They choose important specimens from the heritage collection and exhibit them. So, it is kept in the museums for the people to view. So, some specimens which they might have got from some archaeological excavation, it might be exhibited. Then they also publish research journals, pamphlets, leaflets, and posters. The documents and artifacts which are not exhibited but historically they are very important, they are stored in museums and archives after completing necessary treatments for their conservation and preservation. Now, children, suppose if we get an old document, okay, which is stone, okay, so it cannot be exhibited but it has great historical value. So, children, they are undergoing a proper treatment, okay, so they clean the document and then they store in the museum and archive after completing necessary treatment for their conservation and preservation. Means that document is cleaned, okay, by using certain chemicals, or if it is stone then it is stitched and then it is preserved in archives, okay. Those documents and artifacts are made available to researchers as and whenever necessary. So, they are not exhibited, but when suppose any researcher they require for their study, then it is made available to them. And libraries, you all know, they conserve, preserve, and manage the books. So, all these libraries, museums, and archives, they preserve all the historical heritage for the future generations. Now, let us learn about sources of history, their conservation and preservation. Now, children, each step like collecting the sources of history, creating their records and indexes, exhibiting manuscripts, old books, and artifacts after completing necessary treatments requires very careful handling and management. Now, children, the sources of history, okay, when we collect these sources of history, we have to create their records and then index, okay. When you visit any library, children, you see the librarian, they maintain the register wherein they create a record of all the books and index wise it is arranged, right. Then exhibiting manuscripts. Now, manuscripts are handwritten documents, okay, or books, old books and artifacts after completing necessary treatment. Just now I gave you an example. Suppose there are certain old documents which we have got. So if they are torn, then we cannot exhibit such things. So there's a proper treatment given to them, and then they are stored. So children, this requires careful handling and management, and for that we require people with specific skills, and only trained persons who are qualified can take up these tasks, that is to give the proper treatment to these documents or whatever we are getting, any artifact in the archaeological excavation. So we require people with specific skills. Okay, those who are having the skill, they only can do this proper treatment to the documents or any artifact. So they should be qualified, and then only they can take up these tasks of treating the particular historical document. Now let us learn about oral sources of history. Now children, oral sources, the examples of oral sources are folk songs, folk tales, etc. Yes, so oral source of history, we have to collect and compile folk songs and folk tales. Now children, when we collect these folk songs and folk tales, we have to compile it. First we have to collect everything, okay, then we have to compile it. Now for example, now children, the folk tales or folk songs, they belong to different states, and in different states different regions, so we have to accordingly classify, then we have to analyze, we have to interpret whether it is authentic or not. So first you have to collect and compile, then we have to classify, analyze and interpret the compiled material whether it is authentic or not, and then publish the results of respective research. Now what is the necessary training required for oral sources of history? Now children, the first one, sociology and anthropology. Now children, sociology means when we study about the society, and anthropology we have already learned in first lesson, that is it is a study of human origin, that is of the past societies. Then social psychology, that is what is the mentality of the people. Mythology and linguistics. Linguistics means the language, and mythology is the myths which a particular group or a religion they follow or they believe in. So basically about God and goddesses. So the particular myth which is being believed by a particular community. Then library science and information technology. Now children, we all know about library science and how it has to be arranged, okay, and then index has to be prepared, so it should be kept in proper order. Then history and historical research method. So what is the method applied? That is historiography. Then after that, writing of research reports. So for necessary training regarding oral sources is sociology and anthropology, social psychology, that is what is a mentality, mythology and linguistics, that is about the language and the myths which are believed by the people, library science and information technology, history and historical research method, that is historiography, and then writing of research reports. Now children, let us learn how to preserve written sources of history. Now children, written sources, it includes coins, copper plates, personal correspondence, diaries, historical books, old books, manuscripts, pictures, photographs, etc. Yes, so children, for written sources, first we have to collect all these things, that is collecting coins, copper plates with inscription on them, that is what is written. If you have remember, in the second lesson we had learnt about the orders or edicts of the kings, they used to be inscribed on the copper plates, okay. Then documents like official records, personal correspondence, diaries, then historical books, old books, manuscripts. Manuscripts means which is handwritten, pictures, photographs. So first is collecting all these things. Yes, so just have a look at the written sources, that is copper coins, any coins, okay, it could be gold coin, then the old books, photographs. Then after that children, first we collect all these things, then complete necessary mechanical and chemical processes of cleaning for the conservation and preservation of collected documents. So whichever documents we are collecting, okay, we have to see to it that it is preserved. So for preserving that, we have to complete some necessary mechanical and chemical process of cleaning for conservation and preservation of the documents. Okay, just have a look at this picture, children. So documents, whichever documents are found, they are to be cleaned. Okay, it has to undergo a mechanical and chemical process for conservation and preservation. Then ascertaining the historical value of collected documents. So what is the value of that document? Okay, to find out the value of the document. Then exhibiting selected documents. So certain documents we could exhibit. Then publishing edited documents and research report. Then what you have found out, okay, you have to write the report on that. You have to publish the report. Now let us learn about the necessary training for written sources of history. The first is knowledge of scripts like Brahmi, Modi, Persian and their development. So it is very necessary to have a knowledge of the scripts, that is Brahmi script, Modi script and Persian script, and how they developed. Let us learn first what is Brahmi script. Now children, Brahmi script is a script of India that was probably adapted from Aramaic alphabet about the 7th century BC, and from which most of later Indian scripts developed. The children, in textbook it is not given, this is just extra information that you should know what is Brahmi script. It is a script of India that was probably adapted from Aramaic alphabet about the 7th century BC, and from which most of the later Indian scripts developed. Then next is Modi. The Modi alphabet was invented during the 17th century to write the Marathi language of Maharashtra. So the Modi alphabet was invented, it is during the 17th century to write the Marathi language of Maharashtra. Then next is Persian, that is Perso-Arabic alphabet is a writing system used for the Persian language. Now next is basic knowledge of social organizations and traditions, literature and culture, dynasties, administrative systems, etc. of past societies. So for written source of history, we should have knowledge of the social organizations and traditions during particular period. Then what was the literature, what was the culture, then dynasties, that is the rulers, okay, of the heredity. So that is dynasties. So then knowledge about the dynasties, the administrative systems, that how were the administrative systems during that time in the past societies. So basic knowledge of social organizations and traditions, literature, culture, dynasties, okay, that is all important. Then knowledge of various schools and styles of painting and sculptural art and history of their development. So various schools of paintings and sculptures, and what about the history of that period. Then knowledge of types of paper and ink and the colors which are used. So the type of paper and the ink and colors which are used. The knowledge of properties of various stones and metals used for inscriptions. So the inscriptions, that is the, for example, the copper plate or any stone or any metal. So you should know what is the property of that stones. Okay, the property of the stones, metals which are used for inscriptions. Then knowledge of the equipment and chemicals used in various processes of cleaning, conservation and preservation. So which chemicals are used for cleaning all these written sources. Okay, we have to be very careful that the original structure should not be damaged. So the knowledge of the chemicals which are used in the various processes of cleaning, conservation and preservation. Knowledge of various approaches of managing exhibitions in museums, galleries and information technology. So how to manage exhibitions in museums, galleries, you have to be very careful. Okay, it should be in proper care when you are exhibiting certain written sources, and knowledge of information technology is also very important. writing research reports and articles. So children, these are certain common points which you will observe in all the sources, that is oral sources, written sources. Okay, now let us next proceed to material sources of history. Now children, in material sources, it includes certain artifacts, that is tools, equipments, etc. So collecting artifacts, then classifying them according to their historical date, and then preparing index. So to conserve these material sources, first we have to collect the artifacts, then classify them according to the date and type, and preparing indexes. Completing necessary mechanical and chemical processes of cleaning for conservation of collected documents. So children, whatever we are collecting, it is very important that it has to undergo all the mechanical and chemical processes of cleaning. Then arranging exhibition of selected artifacts or their replicas. Replicas means to just make a copy of it. Sometimes it is not possible to keep the original artifact. So for that purpose, what they do, they exhibit the replica, just a model of it, similar. Writing and publishing research articles and collecting about collected artifacts. So whichever artifacts are collected, then some research articles are written on that and then published. Classifying fossils of plants and animals and preparing index. So children, fossils of plants and animals are also collected and then index is prepared accordingly. Just have a look, fossils of plants and animals. Exhibiting selected fossils or their replicas. So as I told you, sometimes it is not possible to exhibit the original things, so replica is made. So just have a look children. Then what is the training required for preserving these material sources? Basic knowledge of archaeological method and theory, history of ancient civilization. So archaeological method, you know about the archaeology, that is the archaeological excavation. During that process, if they come across certain artifacts or some documents, and history of ancient civilizations. For example, we know about the Indus Valley, Harappan civilization, Egyptian civilization. Knowledge of the regional sources of materials like stones, minerals, metals and clay used in the production of artifacts. So for making that artifacts, what were the materials used? That is the minerals, clay, what was used in the production of that artifacts, and what were the chemical properties of that artifact. Knowledge of equipment and chemicals necessary for the cleaning of artifacts and other chemical processes. So children, this is a common point which you will get everywhere, that is knowledge of equipment and chemicals. So for necessary treatment for particular artifacts, it is very important to have knowledge of the chemicals. Then knowledge of various schools and styles of arts and their development. Knowledge and skills of making replicas, models of artifacts and fossils. This is also very important children. We should have the skill, that is those who are doing research on that, they should have a skill of making replica of artifacts or fossils. It should look same. Okay. Then knowledge of various approaches of managing exhibitions in museums, galleries and information technology. Children, this is the same point which we had in the written sources. So when we are arranging any exhibitions in museums, they should know how to manage it. Okay. So when we are exhibiting something in museums, galleries, okay, and information technology also. Writing research reports and articles. So these all points are common. If you see, everywhere you will get these points, right? So then last is writing research reports and articles. So whatever you have got, you have to write a report on that and publish that report. So children, today we had discussed about the sources of history and their conservation and preservation, that is the oral sources, written sources and material sources. Yes, and what is the necessary training required for conserving and preserving such material, written and oral sources. So we had discussed about the various sources of history, oral, written, material, about the necessary training required for conserving that all these resources, all these sources of history for our future generation. Okay. Now, children, remaining we will be continuing in our next class. Till then, take care. Sai Ram.